Innkeeper.
Oh, hello, valued guest. I just wanted to take a moment and let everybody know that I decided to be nice and send a little care package to Philip's parents. I still don't know what happened to Philip, but I decided his parents could probably use a nice little burst
Of happiness? I'm so nice. Oops!
Sorry about that. It looks like I really blew it. In the meantime, why don't you watch this butcherific ballad I like to call The Boundary Beyond.
We are continuing our Forgotten Age campaign using Carolyn Fern on standard difficulty. Last scenario, the Threads of Fate, we earned quite a bit of XP. I believe it was 6 experience points total. So we were able to purchase some really nice pickups here. We were able to upgrade both of our ancient stones. We were able to pick up Peter Silvestri of the higher level, grab another copy of Well Prepared, and another copy of Forewarned. So we are definitely well prepared here for this scenario. Unfortunately, this is probably one of the most difficult scenarios I've ever played, and I've never been able to complete it. So I don't expect to complete it this time, especially using Carolyn solo on standard. So we are going to try for the best. So the cards that we got rid of from our previous deck are as follows. The 2 level 1 ancient stones, we swapped them out for the level 4 ancient stones, and because we have shrewd analysis, we only paid 3 XP for that. We got a copy of Forewarned, and that was replacing Premonition. We got rid of our painkillers and put in a Peter Silvestri level 2, and we got rid of Guts and added Well Prepared. Well Prepared will give us a repeated use of a +2 or more to a skill test, depending on what assets we have in play. So I think they more than make up for the Guts that we just gave up. And our permanents in play are Shrewd Analysis, which allowed us to upgrade our Ancient Stones level 1 to 2 copies of the level 4 one for only 3 experience points. We also were poisoned during the Doom of Eztli, so we're still poisoned in this scenario. That is very bad for us. We'll see how that plays out. And at the end of last scenario, we had a resupply point. So we went ahead and picked up a few more supplies, some gasoline, a canteen, a pickaxe, some chalk, and picked up some more provisions and medicine. Unfortunately, we cannot use our medicine to heal the poison weakness just yet. So we are going into the Boundary Beyond poisoned still.
Rays of hot yellow sunlight beat down on you from above as your car speeds down the dusty highways of southern Texas just outside of San Antonio. It has been several days since you hit the road from Arkham on your way to Mexico City, where you may be able to get answers from some of Alejandro's associates, or even better, from his adversaries in academia. Your recent investigations in Arkham uncovered much, but despite all the knowledge you laid bare, the trail went cold soon after. The Brotherhood that you exposed in Arkham has all but vanished from the city. Its members left behind little information as to their next objective, other than the name the Nexus of Inkai, a place of power that Ichtaka believes is the Brotherhood's ultimate destination. Enigmatic as ever, the Eztli warrior sits in the passenger seat next to you. She is tense and cold like a spring, the Ford's leather seat offering her little comfort.
How close are we?
Ichtaka asked for the 100th time since departing from Arkham.
We have to get to Hanahuac as fast as we can. The longer we take, the more time the Brotherhood has to reach the Nexus.
You recognize the old Aztec name for the Valley of Mexico and inform Ichtaka that you will be crossing the border into Mexico within the hour. She crosses her arms and grits her teeth. The loss of the Eztli relic weighs heavily on your mind. Clearly, its value is more than simply academic. It holds a power within it that you cannot yet begin to fathom. You are certain that the shadowy Brotherhood is behind its disappearance. But for what purpose? Somewhere just north of the border, you stop to rest for the night. Your eyes are drawn to the empty seat behind you, and you wonder where Alejandro is right now. After arriving in Mexico City, you are disheartened to find very little information regarding the Brotherhood or the Nexus. You peruse the archives of the city's libraries and universities, but come up empty-handed. You can't find any of Alejandro's former colleagues in the city, and even his enemies refuse to speak to you, save for one, a woman named Padma Amrita, who studied Alejandro's work before he came to Arkham. She agrees to meet you at a trendy lounge in the southern part of the city late at night. Ichtaka remains a short distance away, observing your new informant silently. Padma knows a lot about Alejandro's research and even claims to have heard of the Nexus of Unkai, though she refuses to tell you how to find it.
It is a fool's errand,
She tells you.
There's nothing to find, just a myth. Trust me, many have searched for it, none have found it.
You point out that the Eztli people were not a myth, and she responds with a charming smile.
Perhaps not, but all this about the Eztli still being alive, undiscovered for centuries.
She laughs haughtily.
Bourgeois, pure and simple. Come now, you don't expect real scholars to believe that, do you?
Your eyes are drawn to Ichtaka, who is overhearing the conversation with crossed arms, her nails dug into her forearms. Padma's eyes wander over as well, the hint of a smirk on her lips.
In any event, I apologize, but I don't have any information for you. Only a sap will continue this research any further. Good day.
Padma leaves with another alluring smile, a sweet scent trailing behind her as she departs. Once she is out of sight, Ichtaka sits down next to you, and you discuss your next move. After a week of failure after failure, she has grown impatient. You offer a few more suggestions regarding whom you could speak to next, but her mind is elsewhere. When you return to your hotel, she immediately retreats to her room to make preparations for tomorrow. You decide to settle in for the night, and before long, your mind is meandering hazily into a dreamless slumber. In the far recesses of your awareness, however, you can hear Ichtaka reciting a cryptic incantation. The boundary broken. Ichtaka is already up and about when you awaken, donning her traditional armor, her bow on her back and a long blade at her side.
Something is wrong.
She states cryptically.
I only meant to peer through the boundary.
Her eyes are bloodshot, her face pale as a ghost. You suspect she hasn't slept all night.
It matters not. It is time you witnessed the fate that will befall humanity if we fail.
Crossing the threshold, as you depart the hotel, you realize that the landscape of the city has been altered. Silver lightning crackles in the sky overhead, and the earth rumbles deep below your feet. Monstrous, polyporous entities float just below the clouds.
What is going on?
You yell to Ichtaka over the whistling wind.
What is this place? One future.
She replies enigmatically.
We are ready to begin. We have a choice on starting location, and I think we're going to go ahead and start over here. I'm metagaming just a tad because I do know this one's a little bit easier to get. The other one requires, I believe, discarding cards or using resources, something like that. So this one, I think you just take damage or horror, which Carolyn's healing ability will allow her to just keep exploring from here and taking horror. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you will in just a bit. Now, the Chaos Bag is another issue here. So not only are we poisoned, but we do have an extra cultist token. So because of the end of the last scenario. So at the moment, we have 3 cultist tokens in the Chaos Bag. That is really, really bad. I don't think I've ever played a scenario where there are 3 cultist tokens in the bag, so this could lead to some seriously bad stuff. In this scenario, drawing a cultist doesn't give you any negative modifiers. I think it just forces you to draw another token, and then if you fail, then bad things happen. So, it's not going to hurt us here, but later on, I think it will be a problem. Nothing we can do about it, though. So this scenario is extremely difficult. Frustrating for some. Oh, nice. I get a Chaka right away. And 2 Unexpected Courage, Dynamite Blast, and Foolishness. I'm not allowed to mulligan, I believe, so I have to keep this hand. Not a terrible hand, but a high cost in Ichitaka with a cost of 4, Foolishness with a cost of 4, and Dynamite Blast with 5. So I'm not happy about that, but it is what it is, and we'll just have to deal, I guess. Foolishness can be used for the 2 wild icons since Ichitaka is also an ally. So in a way, I kind of got 3 Unexpected Courage in my opening hand. So I gotta look at the positives here. Alright, so we're mixing up the bag here just a tad because the tokens were kind of placed in order. So we're gonna get them all shuffled in here. Perfect. And now our starting location.
Although not always a part of Mexico City, Cuyoacan has always been a historic area, marked by narrow cobblestone streets and plazas. The ground shakes as you walk down one of the village's many confined paths, and you suspect there's more than lives below the surface.
So this is what I was talking about earlier. It's a 2-shroud, 0-clue location. It's a present-day Mexico City. To explore, you have to take a damage or a horror. So every single time you explore, successful or not, it's a damage or a horror. Luckily, Carolyn has a very high horror threshold, and she heals horror, so it's not going to cripple her too much to do this, although it can add up if I keep failing my explorations. Ready to begin the game. Let's do this. I think we're going to play Ichitaka first. It's the only combat management card I have. She gives us a +1 to combat, +2 if the enemy has victory points, or a +1 to evade, or +2 if they have vengeance points. She's definitely useful. Her damage and horror buffer are helpful as well. She doesn't help deal more damage, but at least it's something to help us in case we get caught up with an enemy early on. We'll go ahead and explore right away. And, oh, look at that. A successful exploration right away. Sacred Woods. 6 shroud, 1 clue. While you're there, each card you play costs 2 more. Wow. Shroud value is decreased by 1 for each asset in play. Not terribly bad. So we've now revealed a ancient location, so we have to now advance the act.
Into the past. In the distance, light seeps through a wide crack in the ground. As you approach it, you realize the chasm is not natural at all. Below, you see the sky as you are piercing into a reflection of the clouds above. Wisps of gray smoke emerge from the chasm, giving off a familiar bittersweet scent. You step through and resist the urge to vomit as the world spins upside down. When you open your eyes again, you're in another place, not somewhere, but somewhen. Is this real or a vision? Either way, the secrets of the ancients may hold the key to finding the nexus of Unkai.
Alright, so now we have to test willpower because we just traveled through time, so we're a little sick. So it's going to be, our willpower's 3 versus 4. So, we have Unexpected Courage that we could commit to it. Yeah, let's do that. So, Unexpected Courage gives us 2 wild icons, so that will boost our willpower to a 5. It's still not a great attempt here, so we'll commit the Dynamite Blast. So 6 versus 4. 2 over is decent. Actually, hold on, because yeah, the Foolishness will give us 2 more, and there are some -3 tokens in there. I think I'd be more comfortable being 3 over. So let's get the Dynamite Blast back. I probably won't get a chance to play Foolishness since Ichitaka is in play. So let's go ahead and flip them. And we'll actually do, so 4 wild icons, that's a 7 versus a 4. Definitely a more comfortable check here. And we get a tablet. So looks like this one is a -4, which is a failure. And if we fail, we put a clue on the location, on an ancient location. So that sucks because the shroud is pretty high on this location. Well, first failure of the game. It's all right. And 2 wasted wild icon cards. Sorry, the act. All right, so our goal here, we just need to survive until Padma comes out, and then we need to kill her. If we can get some ancient locations, the most I've ever gotten is 2 in this scenario. So, you know, I don't have high hopes here. I want to at least get 1 location. And looks like we pull Psychosis as our additional madness weakness because we failed this check from the agenda. Okay. Well, now we have an additional weakness, which is unfortunate. I think we're gonna try and draw some cards so that we can get our combat spells as well as some additional assets to help us out here. This scenario, you know, kind of plays at its own pace, and you do have but the ability to set up your board, unless you really want to grab those, you know, those ancient locations. But this scenario works so hard against you to undo everything that you've done that you're better off just preparing for battle and just surviving. So anyways, this looks like, because it changed, it's a one-way. So when these flip over to the ancient locations, their connected locations change. So that was a one-way, and then this one also goes one way. So it's something that makes the scenario more complex. It's already a very complex scenario because you get to a point where a lot of things are happening at once, and you have to remember like a gazillion triggers that happen every round. It's a tough scenario to play solo. If you're playing multiplayer, others can kind of keep track of certain things. You can split the tasks and the duties. Anyway, let's investigate. So we have 2 assets in play, which brings us to a 4 versus 4. And no, you know what? Let's do this. Let's go ahead and draw a card. So we need to get some assets in play. Oh god. A weakness, paranoia, discard all resources. It's not terrible because we only had 1 resource, but it's just annoying that it was a dead draw. Guys. Okay. Premonition's not what I was looking for, but I'll take it. Why not? So now we'll get to add the first Doom on the agenda. The threshold is decent, but there are cultists that come out that add to that Doom pretty quickly. So, and this guy, Eztli Guardian, they're very subtle, but they can be a pain in the neck. We'll put them away from us for now. But what they do is they attack connecting locations, which, if we get more than 1 on the board, makes it really difficult. Let's go ahead and pull a premonition. This will allow us to see what we're going to pull next and determine our next action based on the token we're going to pull, as well as what cards we need to commit. So I think, let's see. -2, okay. I was going to investigate. I don't think I want to do that right now. So let's go ahead and move to this location. All right.
Chapultepec Park. One of the largest city parks in the West, the Bosque de Chapultepec is a beautiful ecological landmark overlooking the city, built in what was once a sacred forest many centuries ago.
Alright, it's a present-day location with 1 shroud, 0 clues. After you fail a willpower test, you take a horror, and you have to test willpower to explore here. That's actually not bad. That's way less punishing than some of the other ones, like discarding cards. Oh my god, I forgot to do this. Oh god, I forgot to take a horror when I explored on this one. So, my apologies, I've corrected the error. I was supposed to take a horror when I explored at that location. So, Coyoacan, I believe it was. So, yeah, glad I caught that. There's just so much going on in this scenario. Anyways, so testing willpower, that's not tough. Our willpower is 3, so we're going to pull -2 on our next check. Since that won't be good enough, I think we're just going to draw a card. So let's go ahead and... Guys, stop. And we got our Ancient Stones. Nice. I'm very excited to have these Ancient Stones in action. They're such a cool card. And, okay, I mean... I could use this to investigate, so definitely helpful. We gain our resource, and now we'll get to add another Doom to the agenda and continue with this very punishing encounter deck. And it looks like it's Words of Power. This can be very devastating if we don't get rid of it, if we leave it in our threat area. Basically, any cultist that comes into play, we can't really do anything against them, like to hurt them or kill them. So... we need to get rid of this, and I think that is top priority right now. I can't risk a cultist coming out and not being able to do anything against it. So it goes away. 2 actions spent on that, and we use 2 resources to play the Ancient Stone, Minds in Harmony. So it goes into play, takes up a hand slot, and has 5 secrets because I identified the stone. And every time I draw a card, I can actually heal horror. So that is super handy because it's extremely action efficient. Doesn't take anything other than just sit there and heal my horror. So very cool. So that goes, that ends my turn. And now we draw a card. So let's do that. We draw a card and cool. Okay, take the initiative. Awesome solo card, one of the best solo skill cards that are just plain boost cards. So we'll use Minds in Harmony and heal horror, which gives us another resource. Sorry, my dogs are a little bit rambunctious today. I feel like Thor and Loki are just really want to be part of this video. Anyways, we gain a Doom and we pull another Eztli Guardian. Darn it. This is one thing I did not want to happen. So, since this place is empty, I think we're going to put it in the location we were just at, because we can move in there and avoid getting hit by him, because he only hits you if you're in a connecting location. Yeah, that's, I think that's going to be the way to go. Alright, so we'll move in to that location that way, because he's aloof, so he won't engage us and he won't attack us this turn. No, actually, let's do this. Let's undo that move. What we're going to do is we're going to play a flashlight, because this will help us investigate that location, and it costs 2 extra if I play it while I'm over there, so I might as well play it while I'm still here. 3 supplies, and it lowers the shroud by 2. Now we'll move in. So again, the reason I did that, at this location, anything I play costs 2 extra resources, and I didn't want to have to do that. So we'll investigate this location, and now we have more assets in play. We have 4 assets, so the shroud is going to be a 4 versus 2. Don't need to use the flashlight in this case. It's a pretty decent check here, because we know we're going to pull a -2. So no need to use a flashlight charge. 4 versus 2, we'll use our -2 token here from Premonition. Boom, we get a clue. All right. And that ends our turn. All right, so no enemies to attack us or hunters. So now what we'll do is draw a card. All right, no stone unturned. I actually could use that right now. So we'll heal. We'll gain a resource, heal horror, gain another resource, use a charge. And let's add a doom. So now the agenda is at 4 doom. And this time we pull Timeline Destabilization. Test 1 willpower, gets +1 for each ancient location in play. There's 1, so that's a willpower test of 2. If you fail, take a damage in a horror, and this gets shuffled into the exploration deck. Okay. Fair enough. Straight check 4 versus 2 shouldn't be too difficult. But I don't want to take a damage. So let's commit Unexpected Courage. Gives us a 2. So this will put us at a 5 versus 2. I know I said 4 before, it was 3. All right, and so we get a skull. So the skull is -3 because we're in an ancient location. So that's exactly the number needed. And we succeed. Continuing on, let's try and grab this final clue. So that's what we're going to end up doing is we'll just investigate this location and pick up that final clue. 4 versus 2. Yeah. I think the dogs finally calmed down. Sorry if it was loud or distracting. All right, so 4 versus 2. And oh, nice. Look at that. Elder Sign. So no horror to heal in this case. Otherwise, that would have been great because it would have given us a resource as well. But we've picked up the 2 clues from this location. So we've gotten our 1 ancient location. But we shouldn't celebrate yet. This scenario can undo everything you've done. We'll do No Stone Unturned. And look at the top 6 cards of our deck and pick one. I am looking for a combat spell. I do need to be able to defend myself. The chances of enemies coming out is high. And, oh, good. There it is, shriveling. Thank goodness. That's exactly what we were looking for. So, yeah. Anatomical diagrams is handy. But this is what we need. So we'll go ahead and put that in our hand, put this in the discard pile, and reshuffle our deck. All right. Oh, man. This scenario can be a grind, I'll tell you. You're fighting hard for those clues, man. And trying to avoid getting damaged or having all these negative effects every time you explore. It can get tedious. All right, so now, I think what we're going to do is play our shriveling, and we don't have enough resources. So we're going to stick around for a little bit here. We'll gain a resource and end our turn. And no enemies, so we'll draw a card. Oh, cool, look at that. Things are starting to look up. It's going to take time to set up our board, but it's going to be worth it, I think. And there's no horror to heal from the ancient stone. I think I'll use an action to gain a resource this round. Yeah. Okay, so our encounter card is Shadowed. If there are no cultist enemies in play, take a horror and again Surge. There are no cultist enemies in play. So, looks like we take a horror and draw another encounter card. Oh, man. Mysterious Chanting. 2 doom on the nearest cultist enemy. If there are no cultist enemies, search the encounter deck and discard pile for 1. And draw it. Well, here's where doom starts to add up. There are no cultist enemies in play, so at least it's not 2 extra doom. but we do get to place a cultist enemy, and I will choose, what's this? It's easier to hit, but I think the Acolyte is the one to go with. The effects of this one are a little tougher. Let's go with the Acolyte. Yeah, we're gonna go with the Acolyte. He goes in an empty location, and we place a Doom on him when he enters play. The reason I chose the Acolyte is because he only has 1 health, so I don't have to waste a shriveling on him. And since Ichitaka's in play, I get a bonus to my combat already. So I'd be able to just punch him and kill him without wasting a shriveling charge. The other guy is easier to hit, but he had 2 health, so... And the effects that he had were a little bit more difficult, so it is what it is. Plus, this Doom will go away next round. So we're in a couple rounds, so not a tremendous deal here. Alright, so that was the Mythos phase. So we're gonna have to gain a resource in order to play shriveling. So we'll go ahead and do that. If I play shriveling now and move down, then I'll get attacked. So we'll have to play shriveling and stay here this round. So we'll play shriveling. It's a combat spell, 4 charges, uses willpower to fight. And that's 2 actions right there. So I think we're going to have to stay in this location until next round so that we don't get attacked by the Guardian. So let's gain a resource. Alright, ends turn. No hunters. And draw a card. Machete. Perfect. Look at that. Now we can hack down this cultist even more easily. And wow, that was actually a very, very lucky draw there. So our Doom, and that is 6, 7. So next round it will advance. Oh, and look, this guy comes out anyways. Hand of the Brotherhood spawns at any empty location. After the last screw is discovered, he gets Doom. So, well, let's put him right next to us here. Yep. So, man. So here's what's going on here. Now they're making it difficult for us to investigate and gain victory points with discovering these ancient locations, and advancing the agenda while doing so. So that guy's gonna have to pay with a machete to the face. Yeah. Oh, where does this? Oh shoot! I don't have any hand slots. Okay. Well, I have to undo this because I don't have any hand slots, and I don't want to get rid of the Ancient Stone or the flashlight. So instead, we'll play the Holy Rosary. This will give us a +1 of willpower, so it'll allow our shriveling to hit more reliably. I think this is the smarter move anyways. I think I can go take out this other cultist now, just to prevent him from gaining Doom as we reveal more ancient locations. So we'll move back over here. Well, no. Yeah, no. Let's not do that. He's not an issue yet. This guy is a more immediate concern. So if we move down, this guy's going to take pot shots at us, the Eztli Guardian. Even if we move down and then into where the cultist is, the other Eztli Guardian will hit us with an arrow. Like, nowhere other than being in the current location that we're in, there's no safe location where we will not take a hit at the end of the turn. But we need to start moving, so I guess we'll just do that.
Xochimilco. A small wooden boat bumps up against the side of the canal, swaying gently in the rippling water. A juniper tree sticks out of the shallow water nearby, bending in the mild breeze.
Xochimilco is a 4-shot, 0-clue location, present-day Mexico City. You can't gain resources while you're here. And you have to spend 3 to explore. That's ridiculous. Like, that's so insanely tough to pull off, because you can have an unsuccessful exploration several times, and that's just 3 resources every time. That's ridiculous. Yeah, so I think we're gonna move in to the cultist. If I stay here, that guy's gonna take a pot shot at us. If I move into the cultist, he's gonna attack us next round. And so is the other Eztli Guardian. He'll take a pot shot as well. So we'll actually take 2 if we move in there. Let's move back. Oh my god, man. We've been stuck at this location for several turns now. But these Eztli Guardians are just making it kind of difficult. Yeah. Okay, Mullen Christopher. Good backup to have, but I don't think we'll be putting him in play. We haven't taken a lot of damage just yet, so at least we have that going for us. But things are about to change as the agenda now flips. And things now are going to start kind of rolling downhill. Things tend to move very quickly once this agenda flips, and you'll see what I mean in a second.
The Harbinger's pursuit. Following no telltale flash of light, a sudden explosion of thunder blasts across the sky, causing you to jump in shock. As though drawn from the sound, a streak of silver lightning crashes down from the clouds, ripping a tear in the world before you. Through this tear, a familiar creature emerges. It hisses in anger and raises its gilded spear to attack. The barrier is thin. Ishtaka's strength continues to wane as you journey through the strange vision. You've never seen her this troubled. She's often distracted, peering about as though any moment the answer will appear before her. From time to time, she mutters strange phrases to herself. How could this have happened? The answer will be with the ancients. Someone else is here. I know it.
So now we are in danger. We have the Harbinger of Velusia spawning right at our location, ready to roll. So we are going to have to deal with it. Luckily, we have our shoveling out. Thank goodness for that. We did manage to do 3 damage to it in the Doom of Eztli scenario. So he does keep that damage, or she does, I'm sorry, keep that damage. So it starts with 3 damage out of 10. We just need to hit it twice and it'll disappear. So we need to either hit or evade it twice. The thing is, this thing hits hard and it retaliates, and it has alerts, so you can't just try to evade it. Our encounter card is Wizard of the Order. Oh my god. So empty location, it retaliates, and it gets a doom at the end of the Mythos phase, which is right now. So we will be adding a doom to him. This board is so full of enemies right now. This scenario tends to have that happen. There's a lot of enemies in it, and it's going to continue to grow. Most of them are not very dangerous, but you know, the sum of all parts equal extreme danger. Anyways, how to deal with the Harbinger? Harbinger? I'm not quite sure. Okay, let's we're gonna have to shrivel him. I mean, I think that's gonna be the way to go about it. He does have a very somewhat low fight value for being as tough as, for being as tough as she is. Fight value of 3. Yeah, let's make sure we hit. So we're going to play Take the Initiative, which gives us 3 wild icons. We'll make him willpower icons as we shrivel. Excuse me, as we try to shrivel him. Her. So 7 versus 3. I think that's a nice buffer. Very few tokens can make us fail right now. It's a cultist. We have to reveal another token. Okay. And that other token is... Oh, right, look at that. Elder Sign. So, we're supposed to take a Doom for pulling a Tokist token from the Chaos Bag, but because we pulled our Elder Sign, we heal that horror. Not a Doom. We're supposed to take a horror, but we heal the horror because of the Elder Sign. So they cancel each other out. No horror taken. And now we go for our second attack. Hopefully it's as efficient as the first one. We're going to commit this Dynamite Blast to shrivel him. This will put us at a 5 versus a 3. 2 above. You know, I think we have like a 60-40 chance with 2 above in this scenario. So that's not terribly bad. Or maybe it might even be higher. It might be like a 75%. So 2 above is nothing to sneeze at. I can't really commit anything else. We'll just have to see what happens. So hoping for the best. And -2, look at that. That's the number needed. So we are able to handle the Harbinger of Velusia much more easily than I expected to. I expected to at least take a hit from it, and it has 7 damage on it now. So if it comes back later in the campaign, I don't know if it does. This is the last scenario I've played on Forgotten Age, so any videos after this one are going to be blind playthroughs. But if he does come back, or she does come back, it's got 3 health left. That's very, very manageable. Anyways, well, that was handled. So let's draw a card. Oh, look at that. We could totally use that. And that ends our turn. So we will draw another card and hope for something. Yes, well prepared. I've been looking for this. Beautiful. All right. So Doom on the agenda, and oh god, Words of Power again. Oh my goodness. All right. We're gonna right away, since we don't have any enemies on us, we're gonna have to use our actions, and we have to take out that Wizard of the Order as he starts gaining Doom. So we need to get rid of this as soon as possible. So he gets a Doom on him, and we use our 2 actions to get rid of this. And then our third action, I think we'll be drawing a card, because we do need some more combat spells, and Miss Aurelia definitely is one that we are looking for. So perfect. And now we draw another card. Okay, Pete Silvestri. I don't need him right now, but sure. And gain a resource, put the Doom on the agenda, and let's go with our next encounter card. Huh. Mysterious Chanting yet again. This time there are cultists in play, so they get 2 Doom. So Wizard of the Order, we'll put it on him, since we're going to try and go kill him now. He's got 4 Doom on him. So the agenda will advance next turn if we don't do something about him. So we plan on doing something about him. Let's go ahead and take care of that guy. We'll move in. He engages us. He's not terribly difficult, but his retaliate is kind of a pain. And what shall we commit to this? Let's, well, we do have anatomical diagrams, so I think we can lower his fight value with anatomical diagrams to ensure that we do kill him quickly and efficiently. I think that's going to be the best way to go about it. Wait, actually, let's go back. Put him back. So we're undoing the last action. We're going to pay 2 to play well prepared, because Carolyn, while she's in Mexico, she really likes shaving. So we're going to make sure she shaves before encountering these cultists. So we do that. Shake up our bag. And... oops. Well, didn't want to pull those. All right, shake up our bag, and let's go back in now. He engages us, and now we're going to attack him with shriveling. So we'll use well prepared to boost our willpower by 2, bringing our willpower to a 6 versus, oh well, keep forgetting this, anatomical diagrams. I do have 5 or more remaining sanity. He gets -2 fight and -2 evade. So 6 versus 2. And the chaos bag says -3. Look at that. Good enough. And the Wizard of the Order has been shriveled into oblivion. So I think shaving was the thing that helped us win here against this guy. Who would have thought? Alright, since it turns over, this Eztli Guardian's gonna have to shoot us with an arrow. So he hits us for 1 damage. We'll put it on Ichitaka. Your own people, Ichitaka. What's going on here? Withdraw card. Oh, good. Another shriveling. Just as we needed it. The next order of business will be to try and get rid of this other cultist. And then from there, we'll have to... I think we're prepared to deal with Padma. Shadowed. Test willpower X, where it's that fight value. If you fail, take 2 horror. Okay. Nearest cultist is the Acolyte. Their fight value is 1. Or 2, I'm sorry. Fight value is 2. So, put a Doom. Looks like his fight is actually 3. So, it's going to be 4 versus 3. So, it's a pretty close check. But if I fail, whatever. Yeah, I failed. So, we take 2 horror. I mean, not a huge deal. Again, we have Minds in Harmony, the Ancient Stone, so we're going to be fine. So... not, I'm not too worried about it. I wasn't about to spend cards to deal with this when there are far worse treacheries out there. But we do need to deal with this guy. So I think we're going to move in and kill him. So let's do just that. We'll move in, revealing the location below. He goes into our threat area. And we are now at Zócalo.
Zócalo, Mexico City, present day. The main square in central Mexico City, once the ceremonial center of Tenochtitlan, stretches before you. Silver lightning flashes in the storm clouds overhead, and you're shocked to find a tide of blood swelling over the plaza. The entire city is bizarrely devoid of any life.
Alright, 3 Shroud, 0 clues. You can discard cards, totaling at costs of at least 5 from your hand to explore. Another ridiculous exploration requirement on these. This scenario is just so... it's just so mean. So mean. I don't think we'll be exploring here. But we do need to get rid of this cultist. So let us punch to the face. Actually, that's a 3 versus 3. That's not that comfortable. I think we may have to, now that we have another shriveling in our hand, I don't mind using another charge of shriveling to boost this up. So 6 versus 3. That's a little bit better than punching a 3 versus a 3. So, and oh boy. Oh my god. Well, that sucked. That really sucks. Oh my god. Okay. So one of our clues from the token bank goes to the location that we had already cleared up. I really don't want to have to go back there, clear it up again. That was a very, very, very bad outcome from that shriveling. Shoot. Oh, man. Well, this guy doesn't retaliate, so we can try and punch him. We might as well 3 versus 3 and try to take him out. So, please be something good. And 0. Okay, that's the number that we needed. Whew. Close, close. That was a long shot, to be honest, but I had nothing else. Okay. Well, he's done. Arrow comes flying at us from the guy from the Eztli Guardian to take a damage. Goes on Ichitaka. And draw a card. Alright, fine, close. I mean, I don't think that's really going to help us in this scenario. Maybe for the damage buffer, but I don't think I'm going to use an action just for that. And we definitely are going to have to play either Shriveling or Missive Relay. We use our Ancient Stone to heal her. And, oh, geez, what is this thing? Serpent of Tenochtitlan. Serpent of Tenochtitlan is an ancient location with clues on it. It gains Retaliate and Alert. Otherwise, it gains Hunter. Okay. Deals damage if you're not poisoned. We're poisoned, so we don't have to worry about that. But it's a 3 combat, 5 health, 3 evade creature. This is a tough one. And it's got a vengeance and it's got a victory point. So we can kill her and gain a victory point, but it also adds vengeance. Well, it spawns with us, so now we have this to deal with. And nothing to fight with. Oh, man. I was not expecting something to come out right now. Or at least something this tough. We're going to have to take an attack of opportunity so that we can play a card to fight with. In this case, I'm going to play the Machete. Because I do get a bonus with Ichitaka. And the Machete will give me a +1 as well. Since I'm engaged. We take... get rid of the Ancient Stone. It served its purpose. And he attacks us. So we're going to take a damage and a horror. Better than not being able to attack him. So, we're going to hack him away. And this is going to give us a +1. So, +2 from her. It's +3. So that puts us at 5 versus 3. I mean, that's decent. And we do 2 damage per hit. So that's definitely decent. So, let's see. Alright, look at that. Another Elder Sign. Holy moly, I think it's at the 2nd or 3rd Elder Sign, and no autofills yet. I'm starting to get nervous. Sometimes when this happens, like the next scenario is just brutal with the token pulls. Let's chop them up. Chop them up again. We'll shave this time, so well prepared. So we'll boost to 2 from her, 1 from the Machete, 2, 3, 4, +2, that's a 6. So 6 versus 3. Alright. I think that's pretty good odds. Hey, -2, look at that, perfect. So he takes another 2. We're just chopping away at this snake. And he's only got 1 health left. But that's our turn, so he's going to get another hit on us. he doesn't hit very hard, but these little things do add up, and the Eztli Guardian that's waiting on the other location is going to hit us too. So, this is what makes this kind of difficult, is these stupid Guardians that are just constantly on us. Man. Stupid Guardian shoots us with an arrow. So damage from him. Then this guy hits us, so that's going to be a damage and a horror. And we'll put the damage buffer, man. Alright, so we'll put the damage. I don't want Ichitaka to die yet, because her bonuses are really, really good. Carolyn's just going to take the damage and the horror herself, I think. So, that puts us at 4 damage. 2 away from death. Or from being knocked unconscious. Oh, look at that. We can heal. Perfect. Wow, couldn't have been a more well-timed draw. We can't use it yet because we'll provoke an attack of opportunity. But it's nice to have in our hand. Gain a resource. Oh, Doom. Great. Was not expecting this to advance right now. Shoot.
Vision of the future. The silver flashes of lightning become more frequent, and the sky starts to slit open. Thunder rumbles in the distance, and you watch as the skylines of both cities, present-day city and its ancient predecessor, are consumed in a giant stone maw. 6 pillars surround the cavernous opening, each glowing vibrantly. A red hue erupts from the center of the opening, and the ground shakes with the force of an earthquake.
We've seen enough. We must get out of here while we still can.
Ichitaka shouts. For the first time since meeting her, you hear trembling in her voice.
Oy. We are in for it now. We have Padma coming after us, and we're still trying to kill this guy. And there are enemies in pretty much every location. Okay. I don't think we're going to end up surviving this, but all these... Okay, so before we try to figure out what we're going to do, we need to place these locations into play. Every single present-day location gets replaced by an ancient one. I'm not going to show you guys each one because it'll add more confusion, and it'll take too long. But putting these into play rearranges the map because the way the connections are to each other changes. So it's going to take me a second here while I get this all set up. So please bear with me. Also, these all get clues and stuff, so I'm going to set the clues down, but I won't show you guys the location. I won't read through it until I move into it, except for the one where Padma spawns, just because that's where she's spawning. So I might as well, but there's no point in wasting so much time on that stuff. So let's see. These stay connected. So looks like the shroud on this one is 2, but it's really 6. And then every round the shroud goes down by 1. Doubt we'll be getting a clue out of this one. And plus we still have this enemy to deal with. So we'll put our 4 resources on there. The clue. And this place where Padma spawns is the Templo Mayor, and for Shroud 1 clue, Padma, alert, retaliate, hunter. So she's going to start hunting us, and she starts at that Templo Mayor. We can't discover clues from ancient locations, so we're done discovering clues anyways. She deals 3 horror per hit because we have no clues to give away. So Put our clues in play. Okay. And then all the other places get their clues. Not that it matters since we won't be able to pick them up. But it does, because this guy that we're fighting right now, if you're in an ancient location with clues, he does get certain like special things or whatever. So this is connected to whoop, flying location markers. Alright. And he's connected to this one. Yeah. That is a two-way. This is a two-way. That's a two-way. Okay. I think we got this set up. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys, that it's taking so long, but this change, creates a little bit of a... Yep, see, now they're not connected at all. There was a one-way connection before, but they're not connected at all. It's important because of how the rest is going to play out here. Okay, time collapsing.
Time collapsing. Alejandro's former critic stands atop the steps of the main temple, her true self revealed to you. Silver streaks of lightning wind through her open arms. Coiled about her feet is an army of hissing cobras.
Only the chosen can find the Nexus. Only I am worthy.
Ishtaka points to the temple in the distance, shouting over the raging storm.
It was her. She is the one trapping us here. She's known all along.
One way or another, if you want to get back home, you'll have to slip through the rift Padma entered from.
First things first, we need to get rid of the snake thing that's on us. We're on the verge of defeat by damage, so we need to kill it as soon as possible. We're going to have to use the machete and chop it to smithereens thanks to Ichtaka and our shaving. So actually, let's... I forgot to do our encounter card. Oh boy. Snake Scourge. Goes into play in our threat area. It only lasts a round. And it gains surge because we're poisoned. Holy moly. Well, so much for that machete. Draw another card. Oh my god, another Snake Scourge. Insult to injury. I mean, it's not like it does anything extra, but still. And we draw another Hand of the Brotherhood. So 2/2/2 horror damage goes in an empty location. Now the board has an enemy in every single location in play. Isn't that nice? Isn't that sweet? Literally every location in play has an enemy in it. I think we're screwed here. I mean, Padma's hunting us, so she's gonna come to us. I don't know. Let's just punch this guy. So we'll punch him in the face with Ichtaka's help. And can we commit anything? I don't think so. Oh man, this is tough. This could end our game right here because it could hit us. And then the Eztli Guardian hits us and we're done for. 4 versus 3. We're just going to try and punch it. I mean, it is what it is. Please be nice to us, Chaos Bag. Please be nice. -2. Okay, not good enough. So, great. Hits us, retaliates. Because we are now at an ancient location with clues, we are 1 damage away from defeat. I mean, I think that Eztli Guardian's going to end up killing us. If we don't kill this thing this turn, if we try to attack it or retaliate, and then the Guardian will finish us off. Well, I think it was a valiant effort here. I mean, we did do a decent amount of damage to the Harbinger. We did do damage to this guy pretty well. I could commit the Shriveling, but I don't think I want to, just in case we do hit him and are successful. So, whatever. Let's just give it a shot. 4 versus 3. Let's do it. Go out swinging. And hope for the best. So, we pull a +1. What? First +1 of the game, and it was clutch, right where we needed it. Boom. He's dead. In the victory display. Oh man, we actually may still have some life in us here. So, let's try to think this through here. Snake Scourge is still in play, so we'll bring out our Shriveling to defend ourselves when Padma gets to us. Our horror buffer is still pretty high, so we can handle her for a round or two. And now that we have Shriveling, we may be able to defeat her. If we defeat her, we actually win in this scenario. The problem is we're down to 1 health, and this Guardian is going to attack us this round. There's nothing we can do about that. Yeah. We'll just gain a resource this round. Finish the turn off that way. So, there we go. Snake Scourge goes away, and Padma moves in. She's 1 location away. I could have moved there and avoided the attack from the Guardian. I don't know. So she would hit us and we weren't prepared. Great. So the Guardian attacks us. So we're gonna do Ichitaka has served her purpose. Now that we have Shriveling out, we're not gonna really benefit from her ability. I mean, we could have Machete, but whatever. We need to live this round. Hey, look at that. This actually can help us fight Padma, because we'll heal horror every time we draw a card. Wow. We may actually stand a chance here. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. Serpent's Call. This card is brutal when you're poisoned. So, Poison Weakness, which we already have, so we have to pick the second option, which is draw 2 cards from the encounter deck. Oh, man. This is not good. Well, okay, this is not terrible. Choose an ancient location back into the exploration deck, or place a Doom on the agenda. Well, at this point, neither one matters. I mean, Doom could still matter, I guess. So let's shuffle location. In a way that kind of helps us. It's not a big deal. So we'll shuffle. Or we could do her location, move in there, and then we won't be at an ancient location. So skulls. So wherever we're gonna fight her, we could use this to our advantage. Skulls are worth a higher negative in ancient locations, so if we move in there to fight her, then we stand a better chance of killing her, because skulls are only a -1 in present day Mexico. So I think this actually ended up benefiting us. Yeah, I think that's a solid plan. So we'll draw our next encounter card, and it is an Acolyte. Look at that. Place a Doom on an empty location. I don't think there's any empty locations in play. Yeah, the temple. So, gets a Doom. Whatever. No big deal. I'm okay with it. Fine. Cool. Okay, now our attack plan for Padma. I think we'll just move in and shrivel her to smithereens. That'll avoid the attacks from the Eztli Guardian. We'll move in, shrivel her. But we're 1 damage away from dying. So I think we'll heal first. Because if the next encounter card we pull, because we're going to be at least 1 more encounter card. If the next card we pull hits us for damage, we're done. So let's heal 2. That gives us a nice cushion. We'll move in. And Metropolitan Cathedral. 3 shots, 0 clues. You can take a horror. Explore. Actually, I don't know if this is such a good idea. Okay. I guess we start shriveling. We'll try. We have one shriveling this round. And then next round. So she'll hit us. And then we'll shrivel next round. And we'll kill her. Solid plan. Shrivel. We use well prepared to boost our willpower. So that will put us at a 5. So 5 versus 5. Oh. Oh man, she's got a really high combat. That's an even check. I do have this ancient stone that will help us get a better bonus. I could either commit it, or I could put it in play and use our well prepared to boost. No, you know what? Let's undo everything. Hold on. Let's go back and start over. Undo the shriveling. She goes back. I think we're gonna gain a resource. And I want to play that ancient stone, because then well prepared will give us a bigger bonus. So let's move. If I move to where the cultist is, he'll hit us for horror damage, which is not bad. We can take that. So we're gonna have Padma move in to the Eztli Guardian. Damage. This dude hits us for a horror. So we've got 4 damage. We can survive 2 turns of the Eztli Guardian hitting us. Padma's going to come in next turn and attack us. We will play. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Perfect. Not only can we use well prepared to boost our willpower, but we can actually use resources to boost it even further. This is perfect. All right. So, Fanga Yig. The bane of my existence. Other than Entombed. The 3 health makes this guy so annoying. And retaliate. These guys are tough, man. These guys should be victory creatures. Oh my god. This throws a wrench in our plan completely. Okay. We have to get rid of him. Because if not, they'll kill us this turn before Padma can even come in. So I have to kill him. If he retaliates, though, that can present a problem as well for us. It could end us. Boy. Oh man. Okay, let's shrivel him. We're gonna have to use 2 charges on that. 5 versus 3. Can't really. Okay, we're gonna commit Peter Silvestri to bring us up to a 6. So 6 versus 3. And hope for the best. That's a decent check. 3 above. I'm pretty comfortable with it. And we pulled, oh, it's okay, Cultist. And a Skull. That's a -3. That's actually the number needed. So he takes 2 damage. All right. 2 damage for you. And I take a horror because I pulled a special token. And we just got to do it one more time. So far, so good, but this could end our game. Any failed attempt could end us. So, like, if we hadn't committed Peter Silvestri, we would have died right there. Alright, so we will try again, and this time we're going to commit another card. Let's do, as much as I wanted the Ancient Stone again to help against Padma, you know, either way, we're going to have to kill Padma in one turn, so the Ancient Stone isn't going to help us at this point, so might as well just commit it. And ensure that this guy goes down. So let's do that. We'll just commit the Ancient Stone to the Shriveling Test, and gives us 2 willpower, so that'll put us at 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, 6 versus 3. And Chaos Bag be nice. Chaos Bag be nice. At this point, I don't want any more horror because she hits for 3. Oh, jeez, man. Alright, this means we pull another token. Please. Oh, Cultist. And I mean, if it's a tentacle, I'm going to crack up. Okay, -2. -2. That's good enough. This is incredible. He dies. Whew. Thank goodness. I really don't like those guys. I really can't stand them. We take a horror. Alright. Now we're ready for Padma. We only have 2 shriveling charges left. But pretty much we need to kill her next round. Otherwise we're dead. So it's her or us. We're down to the wire either way. We're either going to win in a round or lose next round. So I guess two shriveling charges is not that big of a deal. If we miss one, then we lose, I guess. I do want to play this. So physical training costs 0 because this will help our well prepared. This guy takes an opportunity attack. We're taking a lot of horror, but I mean, we're dead next round anyways, I guess. Padma moves in, hits us for 3 horror. So, oops. So that's 3. So that puts us at 7 horror. Again, we are dead next round. This guy shoots us with an arrow. That puts us at 5 damage. So we have 2 horror left and 1 damage left. Alright. We gain a resource. And now we will add a Doom and play and pick up our encounter card. And it is... Oh my god! Again? Another Fang of Yig. Wow, they waited to the very end to surprise us and double down on us. Now we're really down to the wire. Because now we are really dead at the end of this turn. Well, it was a fun game. I think the chances are so low that we actually kill her now. 2 attacks. We have 2 charges left. It's a very slim chance that we'll win. But I mean, we'll go down fighting. Go down fighting. If we win this, I'm going to be really excited because I don't think I've ever like won the scenario. Yeah, I don't think so. We're going to boost. We're going to use physical training. Spend 2 resources. So, along with well prepared, that puts us at 8 versus 5. And come on, 8 versus 5 is a comfortable attempt to shrivel her. She'll take 2 damage. She would be at 1 left if we nail her here. So -2. Look at that. So she takes 2 damage. Hey, no special symbols this time. Jeez, thank goodness. 2 damage. So she's down to the wire. We're down to the wire. We're down to final shriveling charge. We're down to 1 health and 2 horror. Spend 2 resources for physical training. We're gonna machete 6 versus 5. I meant shriveling, not machete. Can we commit anything? I mean, might as well go. Might as well just... Ward of Protection is handy, but this is like our final round. There's no point in keeping that in our hand. So there we go. That makes it a 7 versus a 5. 7 versus 5. If any game has been down to the wire, it's been this one. I've never been quite this close to win or lose together, along with no charges. No, I mean, it's incredible just how close this game has been. Even if we lose, it was a good effort. Last draw. We actually have 1 attack left after this, but I doubt we'll hit with it. Okay. Boy. Here we go. The final token. Don't be out of fail. Oh my god. It's a 0. What? All right, dude. We actually won. We actually killed Padma with our final charge of shriveling, our final round before we were going to be killed. Wow, we have done it. We have totally done it. Sweet. I get to read Resolution 1 in this scenario. First time ever. You guys are witness to this. Here we go.
The gateway home.
No, you fools.
Padma drops to her knees, bleeding out from her wounds. She looks up into Ichitaka's eyes, pleading with her.
How could you?
She is about to say something else when Ichitaka silences her with an arrow fired into her lung.
Go.
Says Ichitaka.
I'll be right behind you.
You shake off your fear and step through the rift.
All right, so we win, and we didn't get too many ancient locations. We didn't get any ancient locations, but we did add 3 damage to the Harbinger. We did get a total of 3 victory points. So, hey, that's more than I normally get out of this scenario, so I'm okay with that. And look at this board so full of enemies. I mean, this is insane. Look at this. It's like... all these enemies in play, and plus we've killed like 5, so that's ridiculous. There's no other victory points from any of these locations. Every single one had clues in it. That's just so crazy. So we have a total of 3 experience points to be able to spend for the next scenario. I'm actually really happy with the turnout. I'm sure I made a few minor mistakes along the way, but I tried to be very conscious. I always forget shriveling. Like when I pull the special tokens, I always forget to take the horror, and you guys always mention it in the comments, and I'm really bad at shriveling. But I think I got it, if not all the time, then most of the time, if I pulled the special token. But, you know, as far as mistakes, I'm sure I made a few. This scenario, there's a lot going on, but... let me know if you notice any, because I'd like to, whatever I don't catch in post-production, let me know so I can review it and hopefully not make the same mistake next time.
You are assailed by a prismatic assortment of colors and lights as your mind hurtles back into place. When you next open your eyes, you're lying in the city's central plaza, your head still spinning from the sensation of plummeting. A small voice in the back of your mind tells you it was all a figment of your imagination, a daydream. It is the voice of self-preservation, warning you to avoid the path of lunacy you have set upon. You ignore it and rise to your feet, your legs trembling with terror and exhaustion.
That woman, she must have realized who I am and followed through the breach I made. Perhaps she wished to know the location of the Nexus as well.
Ichitaka says cryptically, your head pulses with pain as you attempt to remember the events of the past few hours.
You saw it, did you not? The cave, the maw in the sky, bathed in red.
She continues searching the sky in contemplation.
It must be the path that leads to the Nexus.
It is difficult for you to recall with precision what happened on the other side, but the image of the red cavern flickers across your memory. You confirm with Ichitaka that you saw the cavern as well and ask her how she knows it leads to the Nexus. Her bloodshot gaze meets yours, and you think you spot the hint of a smirk tugging on her lips.
It is a difficult thing, peering across the boundary into the very threads of time. Perhaps you are more than you seem.
She responds, the irony of her statement lost on her. Though she departs without answering your question, you understand the answer that remains unspoken. In the haze of broken timelines and unexplainable phenomena, the path you saw was one future, a future you intend to fulfill. Once more you venture south, leaving the safety of civilization behind. There is no time to waste. The path to the Nexus lies on familiar ground, not far from the previous expedition's trail. Using the leather-bound journal as your guide, you retrace the expedition's journey. Soon you are deep within the jungle, surrounded on all sides by hazards, some natural, others bizarre. Unfortunately, a dozen or so miles north of the edge of the rainforest, your car ran out of gas. Since you were pressed for time, you decided to walk the rest of the way instead of returning to refuel. Traveling by foot set you back several hours, but soon enough, you reached the jungle once more. Thanks to your map, which has been marked from the previous expedition, you're able to clear a path through the rainforest without getting lost, and you reach your destination on your own terms. Carolyn uses a medicine and heals her poison wound. As you trudge through the lush jungle and pass a series of familiar overgrown temple ruins, your keen eye spots a pattern along the stone wall of the structure. Upon closer examination, you find that vines and caked dirt has hidden an elaborate carving of hieroglyphs. You take out your canteen and splash water on the stone walls, washing off the dirt and making the stiff vines easier to manipulate. The pattern of glyphs is clearly visible now, and although its meaning is still a mystery, the repetition of 6 glyphs in particular hints at a specific instruction. On the eve of your second night within the jungle, you and your companion sit in front of a dim campfire, keeping warm and trying to remain relaxed. Despite the task ahead of you, Ichitaka approaches the campfire and sits across from you. Her eyes are cast on the ground, and her shoulders sag with a burdensome weight.
I feel that I must apologize to you.
She admits, peering into the flickering fire.
You have proven yourselves to be both wise and formidable, and I have done nothing but command you and endangered you at every turn.
There is a long, peaceful pause between you.
Perhaps there is hope for humanity after all,
She says under her breath as she meets your gaze. Does she speak for you, or for herself as well? Ichitaka rises to her feet after some time.
I trust you to take the first watch. Be on the lookout for serpents. They are surely on the lookout for us.
Your camp is quiet for the remainder of the night, but for the shooting crackling of the campfire and the choir of chirping insects whose singing fills the night air. The jungle beckons, my friends. I'll see you next time. Maybe we'll see Carolyn and Ichitaka. meet their demise in the jungle. Have a good night.